Hey, it's Jabbo. Welcome to BrickTsar, your home for vintage Lego. And we got some vintage Lego in a haul today that we're going to be doing. This is a package from Cheap Aaron Bricks. Check them out on Haulin' and Ballin'. And it's vintage stuff in here, so I'm excited. And it's also going to be things for my wanted list. And even though everything in here is on my wanted list, they're incomplete sets. So I will still have things on my wanted list. And then we're going to talk about what is the rarest minifigure or part that I own or is special to me. So we're going to be talking about that question. So looking forward to opening this box, which actually this package, when it came to me, I wasn't home, but my son was, and it was making a noise. So it was alive. It stopped making the noise, so apparently it died. All right, so before we get to the package, let's first talk about the T-shirt of the day. The T-shirt is Master Builders Union Local 158 T-shirt, which I've seen a lot of other people with these shirts, and since I have so many shirts, I actually don't remember where I got a lot of these, but a lot of times there would be like little T-shirt deals, like either you'd see the ad through Instagram or other YouTubers would be finding these, and we'd share them and we'd get them. So that's how we got a lot of things like the classic space shirts, and this one I think was one of those types of deals. My son's got one too, which he may have outgrown his by now because it was several years ago that we got this. So there's a video somewhere on the channel where we got this, and I honestly couldn't tell you at this point. So not gonna have to wear this shirt again this year. And I actually did. I wore this a lot to the when we go to some of the conventions and things. It'd be one of the shirts I would wear. But let's answer this question before we get to the haul. This question is from Robert Warner, and he stated in his comment that he recently got a business card minifigure from a Lego employee, the 15-year Lego employee, and it's like his most special thing that he has, Lego item. And I can relate to, a lot of us can relate to that. Like, we always appreciated when Kevin Hinkle worked for the Lego company. He'd give out those business cards, which is his minifigure. And he had 3 or so. I don't even know. I know Kevin would have to tell me how many different versions of his business card minifigure he had. So every Lego employee, I think, or full-time, I don't know what the rule is for people to have the business cards, but people like to collect those minifigures. They're special, and I actually have some of those. Here's a Kevin Hinkle right here. There's 3 of them. I don't think they're all up here. I got another place with the sig figs. So he asked the question then, what is the rarest minifigure or part that I own, or one that is special to me? And that's a really good question, because you could say, what is the rarest, what is the most expensive, and what is your favorite or most special part. And so one of them, I actually got a figure that's up here behind me. You probably can't even see it. I'll just leave. I just knocked over that. So he's got a torso. It's a BrickTsar figure with a torso that came from the minifigure that is in this item, which I have not opened, and now it's to the point where I can open it. This was limited to 3,333 copies. It had a gold brick that's only found in this, the 50-year, the Lego 50-year, this is 2008 when this came out, torso. Everything else on this is common. It's a common standard minifigure grin, a red hat, red pants, but the torso with the 50 years, it's the logo that looks like this on the back. On the torso, that's pretty rare. 3,333 came in this. I'm sure there were extras produced, and that may have been where I got that one. I bought that on Bricklink before the price of all this stuff went up, so a while back. And so yeah, that was I was 50 years old sig fig. And so yeah, it's got the Lego fan, that's also rare in here. So I never opened this. It's the hardback version of a book that I have the softback version, so there's no point in me opening this. So I keep it sealed. There's also this one, which is a Maxi Figure from the Cyclic Plastics Fireman. That one's pretty special to me. It's hard to find. It's probably more rare than that one. There's probably less of these out there than the 50-year Lego minifigure. And the rarest and most special part is the remote control element, which is packed away right now, so I can't physically get it out and show you, but it was in set 311. Also came separately in a box, set 312. It's the wired remote control piece. It's one I still have never seen it come up for sale again. I've bought the only one that I've ever seen come up for sale. Now, it may have shown up on eBay and I just missed it. I have it on my wanted list on Bricklink. So anytime anybody lists either the set, the 311, 312 set, or the part for the steering wheel mechanism, I'll get a notification because I want to know if that anybody ever tries to sell it. And I've not seen it since I required that part. I didn't even know it existed. It's one of those I didn't even know it existed. And when I got it, it's like, oh, this is pretty neat for 1970 technology. So that one's pretty special. And I do have a more expensive minifigure, which I could not find, and I'm worried because it looks so generic. But it's a Kids Fest minifigure that I actually traded Kevin Hinkle for. When he left the Lego, or I say he left, when he was forcibly removed from the Lego company, he had his collection of things that he had acquired over the years that he was not allowed to sell. So he had a lot of rare minifigures and such that he would offer for sale when we'd go to shows. And I couldn't afford the most expensive ones, but I did trade them for a Kids Fest minifigure. It had sold upwards of $600 or $700 at the time. So I think it's not as rare as we might think, but it's still, I don't see many of them come up for sale, and usually when they do go for sale, it's in the hundreds and hundreds of dollars. It's not on the level of some of the Comic-Con stuff or the Mr. Gold, but it's still up there in price. But it's not as special to me as this other one. So I think that was a really good question from Robert. So now we'll get into this package here. So Holland & Ballin, which is one of the most consistent series of Lego news, Lego trade, and just Lego fun. They've been doing this for a long time now. And so on Holland & Ballin, sometimes they'll have things that they're offering for sale on there. But anyway, Aaron from Holland & Ballin, he also posts on Instagram his finds, and sometimes he'll have stuff that he's offering for sale, and you can just DM him and make an offer. And so I did. This is one of the things that was on my wanted list. And then in the process of talking to him, he had other items that he said, hey, do you want any of these other things? And this was back and forth, and he's usually pretty reasonable. I mean, he is. I shouldn't say he's always reasonable and everything. So he had some things that were not complete, but they're things that I wanted, and it'll help me finish them. And some of these are things that I probably could have pieced together, but this will make it a whole lot easier, and it was a very fair price. So the thing that was missing on most all of these is the base plates. He could not find the base plates, but for instance, this police station set 588, which I'm really surprised they didn't have this one. Yeah, so I'm trying to get both versions of this police station, 388, and the other one I think is 381, or something like that. But no base plate, and just a bag of parts. Let's see what's in here. I wonder if the antenna's in here. Wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't. So being that he was not able to really verify, oh yeah, the antenna is in here. There it is, right there. And it looks like it's got all the prongs. One of them's hiding behind that door here. I'll be really careful with that. So I got tons of those base plates, the standard straight road plate in gray with the green stripe. I have those. So he couldn't find them because I wanted him to include it if he could find them, but he couldn't. But it's still good. So still going to have to, so I'll have to go through this, verify the contents, and get any of the missing parts and finish it up. But it's got the instructions. So police headquarters, that's one of the sets I got. It's not the one that I went to him for. So I think this is going to start off mostly with the ones that I added All right, another one is the Victory Lap. I can't remember if that's the name of this, but it's a big race set. It's got all these race cards, a shell truck there, and I think this one has 2 road plates. Or is it 1? Is it 1 or 2? Looks like 2 to me. So no road plates, but hopefully all the other parts that went with that. And that one's it's a different type of road plate. Hopefully I can find those in my collection. And then we got this, which is the airport, $63.92 without any of the road plates. So yeah, all of those green road plates are going to be missing from this, but hopefully everything else is there. Classic airport set, $63.92. We have this set, $63.72. Again, missing the base plate, which looks like it's a standard 16 by 32 green base plate. So hopefully everything else is there. Oh yeah, the stickers. Look at the stickers. They've come off there. A lot of dust has stuck to them. So we're going to give that one some love. $63.72. All right, now we'll get to what was alive in here. And it's this bad boy. You see that? You know what that is? Yes, you're correct. It is the remains of an AT-AT. And this thing was moving, making noise. I think the batteries were still in it. This is the motorized AT-AT, which I've already forgot the number. So it's likely missing all the minifigures. But this is what I went to him to get. So I'm going to take this completely apart, do an inventory. And if you've seen some of my recent hauls, since I already knew I was going to be buying this from him, I've been getting the minifigures that go to this. So I got 2 more minifigures I need to get for it to have all the minifigures. And I also need to get the instructions, which is, there's I think 3 instruction books with this. Somebody had 2 of them for sale, and I should have bought those on eBay. They were pretty cheap. There's not many people selling the individual, like the 3 instructions separately, which is common that, somebody will only have 2 of the instructions or 1 of them. They don't know what the 3rd one is, and they'll just sell it as just the 1 manual of the 3. All 3 goes for about $30. And so I'm really trying to get all 3 instruction manuals for less than $30. So that's something that's on my wanted list, and I'll just keep looking. I may end up paying the $30 for it. And yeah, I'll just have to see. Somebody had the box and the instructions for $80. I was like, oh, I don't want to pay that much for a box. But yeah, the motorized AT-AT, one of my wanted list items. So got 2 of the minifigures, got to get 2 more of them. Actually, I think I have 1 of the torsos for one of the other 2 that I need to get. And so that is all from Cheap Aaron Bricks. So I appreciate you watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I thank Aaron for making a good deal on these sets, these vintage sets for my collection. Look forward to completing them, and maybe I'll show these to you in an upcoming video. Hey, look, I actually talked about vintage Lego on my channel, and this wasn't a rant. I was actually happy this whole video. So thank you, everybody. Yeah, and I'll be wearing a different shirt tomorrow in a different video. How long can I keep this up? I don't know. We'll find out. See you guys. Bye.